Hopped in the rental, put it in her dental. She blew me like a flute. I told Shorty she's instrumental. Oh, you wanna do Heartless? Garvey like Marcus. Don't gotta be gang to go the hardest. I'm an artist, not a target. Out the darkness, no charges. Don't worry, I'ma get it in regardless. And I'm never gonna.
Hello, my name is Nelson Awesome. My artist name is Heartless Garvey. And I'm here to present to you the Theramuzic Podcast. Now, our goal here at Theramuzic is the exploration of heuristics to raise the psychological resiliency of the next generation. And so what I'm going to be doing today is a spoken word. The title of the poem is called Don't Answer. And it's tough, man. We're doing something very tough for this first episode. It's based on suicide ideation. I'm going to go real quickly over some of these World Health statistics to give you an idea of how things get so bad for somebody where they actually want to take their own life. And it's not about wanting to die. You know, it's really about wanting to stop the pain. Okay, so this is according to the website save.org. Over 800,000 people die of suicide every year. This equates to 1 every 40 seconds. Now, according to the CDC, suicide is the second leading cause of death globally for anybody between the age of 15 to 24. And in America, it is the 10th leading cause of death in the US for all ages. That's also the CDC. Approximately 130 Americans die by suicide every day. So that's 130 people in America every day. And that's according to the CDC as well. There's one death by suicide in the U.S. every 11 minutes. So only half of all Americans experiencing an episode of major depression receive any treatment. And there's actually a gentleman named Andrew Solomon who did a really good TED Talk. So I would actually suggest that you go out and check him out. But he was speaking on major depression. And he said that, there's a big epidemic between the upper middle class and the upper class for awareness, to be more cognizant of depression and mental health awareness. And the reason why is because, think about it, if you have money and life is supposed to be so good, but you feel terrible, like miserable every day, you're going to realize that something's wrong and you're going to want to try to address it. Now, unfortunately, for the indigent community, the impoverished community, it's not quite the same. If you are poor and you're depressed, nobody thinks anything of it because your mental health status is commensurate with how your life quality has been going. And that's tough because it showed that when they gave therapy to people who were classified as impoverished, they drastically improved their lives incrementally by changing multiple things, getting jobs, leaving an abusive partner, buying a home. So let's not underestimate the power of mental health and look at how the mechanistic procedure of them getting better started from the brain, started from handling the mental first. Then they were able to fix everything else. Well, so here is my spoken word. It's called Don't Answer. And my hope is that at least one person out there will feel understood and hopefully have a cathartic experience enough to not go through with it. Don't answer. Darkness has been happening. The sickness left you stalled. How did you ever learn how to crawl or walk as a child? Because now, as an adult, you're struggling not to fall. People ask you how you're doing, and you'll smile. You'll say you're fine. Because that's the style, right? To be polite. But you're fucking lying. And since you get asked that question as a greeting, well, now you're lying all the time. And the curse has gotten worse because your heart no longer trusts your mind. So what is the plausibility of getting that call from infinity? The voice of death saying that he can relieve your pain with promises of serenity. Every day is another hitman. Your legs, reduce to kickstands. The more sick of shit you get, the more your bed resembles quicksand. Listen, it sounds ridiculous, okay? It's something that you wouldn't make up. But sometimes you just want to go to sleep and never wake up. Heavy lies the head, they said. But you laughed at the idea of claiming that you had a crown. I mean, the heaviness for you was thoughts of people that you're letting down. Listen, nobody's trying to clown you. But when you're lost, nobody found you. And the problem is that thought that got in your head and whispered, they'll be better off without you. Maybe you have kids or a kid or a spouse or your parents are still around and it seems like their disappointment won't stop its rise like waves crashing as you drown. And that's when death calls. When the storm is damn frightening. So you won't see that the caller ID says scam likely. Damn. This duplicitous, insidious society, stress keeps more people in check than damn Nikes. Maybe you just need time to think. Yeah, calm down. Get to thinking. But the problem is the only way you know how to think is on the brink of falling off the deep end. So sick and tired of everything. The fatigue has left you weakened. Bills, they never stop being due. And it's Friday. It's the weekend. How come when you get close to what you're seeking, it seems like the Grim Reaper gets to creeping? Man, this shit makes you want to just smoke some weed and say, hey, Siri, play The Weeknd. It's offensive to call you deaf or dumb if you can't hear or have no voice. But you simply didn't have much to say except you're tired of the noise. Shit, the only reason we have free will is because we didn't have a choice. Iconic. How ironic. Avoid is hard to avoid. But when you start thinking that you don't care, that life ain't fair, like, what's that gotta do with me? Because your mind betrayed your body like a damn autoimmune disease, and you fight with all your might to say not quite so fast on that eulogy. Don't fade to black. Give death max truancy. So when that call comes, don't answer it. It's malignant, cancerous. Instead of pacify, it metastasizes with intentions worse than scandalous. Realize that you have a compass inside of you that lights the path itself. Your intuition is why you give such great advice to other people. So tap into that. And now it's time to start giving great advice to yourself. You want to say that you just won't feel that way, but you know it's not that simple. I mean, life's a game, right, that must be played. But it's nothing like Nintendo. No innuendo when I say priceless mementos. Learn to climb. Climax crescendos. Do good work, yeah. It shows, but today's a different day. So do it again, though. Words can sound so good, but if the actions to match them are gone, it's like watching a foreign film without having the captions on. You don't understand shit. And it takes truth to turn on these captions. Shit, it's more like you're wearing a mask instead of a hat when I say you're out here emotionally capping. Here, stop. Take a deep breath. See, you're still breathing, despite what happened. So the next time that you feel like crying, instead of laughing, let it happen. Thank you.